The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101. Q101, WKQX, WKQX HD1 Chicago, a Cumulus media station.
Now is your chance to qualify to win a trip to Hinterland Music Festival. Message and data rates apply. Please don't text and drive.
The best fest is Fest Fest.
Q101.
Well, here we go. Get you to the Hinterland Music Festival. It's Friday, August 2nd to Sunday, August 4th. You got Noah Khan, Vampire Weekend, Hosier, and more, all coming up for you. And also, just for qualifying, you get Riot Fest one-day passes. So all you got to do is text the word vampire. Text vampire, as in Vampire Weekend, to 312-591-8300 for your chance to qualify for the trip. Text vampire right now. 312-591-8300. Sponsored by your Chicagoland Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
All right, well, we talked earlier about how the NFL Sunday ticket expires today. If you have YouTube TV, you get $100 off. So I know it sucks because we're just talking about money and free concerts, and you need that money. And it's $100 off. I think it's $289 with that $100 off case.
That's correct.
Now, there's also, which sucks, is there's tax on that. So it ends up being about $318. It's a lot of money, but for sports and football people, it's just one of those, it's like an expense. It's almost like rent. Like I need to do it because not just my situation with my wife, who's from Philadelphia, a diehard Eagles fan, who will throw things at the wall.
I was going to say the situation with your wife is a funny way to phrase that.
She screams. Our neighbors know what's going on when there's an Eagles game on.
Yeah, of course.
They know. So
these Philly people, they're throwing batteries at Santa Claus. They're no good.
Okay, let's calm down. You want to never get a cupcake from Megan again?
No, I would like the cupcakes.
Okay, stay on that. Get off that path right now.
Yes, sir.
It's passion.
And you love it.
I do love it. It does get out of control at times, just like with some of our Bears fans. However, I bought it. I got it. And now we're ready. The Bears schedule dropped last night as well. I got to say, it looks fun. It's a fun schedule. And as Case crunched some numbers on it, it's the third easiest schedule based on what happened last year with the teams. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It just means it's the third easiest schedule in the NFL.
No such thing as an easy win in the NFL, Brian. But I'd like to think the Bears could finish 500-ish.
Well, I have predicted 3 of the last 4 years, I exactly predicted the Bears record. Now, I'm not saying go to my friend's DraftKings and put a bet on what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna. So you do what you got to do. I mean, a little bet on this ain't gonna kill nobody, I don't think. I'm not telling you what to do. Listen, buyer beware. Sometimes I don't know crap, but I think I have done pretty well in the sports arena here on Q101 and in the city, by the way. So I'm going to go through these games real quick and tell you win or loss, the Bears schedule, and you do what you want with it. Okay, this information. You got it? Here we go. Week 1, September 8th, the Bears at the Tennessee Titans. And they open the season for the third straight year. I'm sorry, they'll be hosting the Titans on that one, week 1. And I'm taking a win on that one. Titans are kind of a mess. So there's one for the Bears. September 15th at the Houston Texans. Boy, have they come around. And they even got good draft picks.
Yeah, no, that's an organization that has, I would say if I were the Bears, I would be looking at everything they've done, and I would try to copy it verbatim.
Remember, we need to build a statue of Lovie Smith outside of Soldier Field for giving us that number 1 overall pick when he actually tanked the game of the Houston Texans.
That's right.
I'm sorry, he won that game.
Yes.
To give us the number 1 overall pick to get Caleb Williams here.
That's right, as an FU to the Texans.
Exactly. And a man that went 10-6 here and got fired with the Bears after getting to a Super Bowl and losing it because of Rex Grossman, not because of Lovie Smith. Mm-hmm. That's my take. Anyway.
I'm glad you've moved on.
I have not. God, Rex Grossman, where are you right now? So I'm going to take a loss on that one because the Houston Texans have really gotten it together, and they're at the Texans, and it's exciting for them. So
Sunday Night Football on that one, right?
Yeah, Sunday Night Football. Week 3 at the Colts. Case from Fishers, Indiana.
That's right.
But you're not a Colts fan, are you?
I'm a Bears fan, baby.
I understand that. You've been here a long time now, so.
Yeah.
You don't.
I was never a Peyton Manning guy, also. A funny guy, hard guy to cheer for, though. Seems miserable.
I'm taking a victory for the Bears on that one in week 3. Then the week 4, they take on the Rams here at Soldier Field. Confusing team, the Rams these days, it feels like.
Well, they're gonna be without Aaron Donald, who retired. He's the greatest defensive player ever, not named Lawrence Taylor. That will obviously hurt the Rams. Their offense is always up in the air. It's dependent on whether Matthew Stafford is healthy or not. So I'd take the Bears in a W there.
You spelled Brian Urlacher wrong, by the way.
I don't know about that.
So I'm taking a W on that one. So right now I've got them at 3-1. Week 5, Carolina Panthers. No debate here. Oh, that's a victory for the Bears.
You and I could beat the Carolina Panthers.
Good Lord.
If you, me, Kenzie, and 8 of our listeners put together a football team, I think we could at the very least tie the Panthers.
My Chicago Sport and Social Club in 2004.
Back in the good old days.
Oh, it was so good. That team could beat the Carolina Panthers this year.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Week 6, it's at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is the exciting one. This is in London. We're working on a trip.
TBD.
TBD. We're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Here's the problem. I've been to London for a game for the Eagles with my wife. It was basically determining if we're going to continue dating. She said, if you want to keep dating me, you better get a passport and go to this game with me. I ran to the post office. I ran to the post office and said, how do you get a passport? How do you get one? I need one because I really, really love this girl. Is she going to leave me? So I got the passport, and I went to the game, and it was amazing seeing it at Wembley Stadium. This one's going to be at Tottenham Stadium, the new stadium there, which is unbelievable. Our soccer fans out there know all about it. I'm taking a loss on this because the time change, the Jaguars is London's home football team.
That's right.
They love the Jaguars there. They live for it, and they do a good job going overseas. We're going to have fun going to this game because people think maybe they don't care about American football. They love it. Week 7, the bye week. Week 8 at the Commanders in Washington. I'm taking a victory on that one. Screw Washington. The Cardinals, screw them too. I'm taking a victory on that. They're a mess as well. The Patriots, they're even kind of a mess, especially after that roast. So I'm taking a Bears victory on that. Now here's the tricky one. Versus the Packers. Week 11, that is here at Soldier Field.
Think with your brain, not your heart.
Can't do it. Trying really hard. You can't tell me Jordan Love can own the Bears again. Jordan freaking Love? I know he's really good. I know he's been good, or at least he got good. He started off season bad, but he got good. He's pretty good. He ain't no Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams owns Soldier Field. His first victory against the Packers. Our first victory probably in, 6 years?
Probably something like that, yeah.
God.
In my lifetime, maybe.
Good Lord. We're winning that game. There's no turning back. Okay, we're winning that game. Week 12, Bears and the Vikings Soldier Field. I'm taking a victory on that, too. They lost Kirk Cousins, and then he lost his starting job in the draft.
That's right.
He got $180 million, then they drafted a quarterback. That's just going to curse the Vikings throughout there. Now, we got Week 13 at the Detroit Lions, Thanksgiving. Lions aren't the Lions of the past. We know that. Dan Campbell scares me. He's amazing.
He's everything I think your dad was. When I think about your dad, I think about Dan Campbell.
Oh, I feel his spirit right that same way. And I think the Bears will lose to the Lions on Thanksgiving Day out there. I just think that's what's going to happen. And then you got a tough run here. Then you got at the Niners. I think they're going to lose that one too. I just don't think they can win that much. And then the Vikings, again, I think they win them again when they're at the Vikings. Week 16, the Detroit Lions, Soldier Field. I think they'll lose again. I really do. I think they'll lose twice to the Lions this year. And then we've got, let's see, December 26th, the Seahawks. That's going to be a Prime Video Thursday night football game. Case will give you his password. If you don't have Amazon Prime.
Mom's password.
Okay, Case will give you his mom's password to watch that game. Look for it being posted on our Facebook page soon. And the Bears are going to win that game. The Seahawks are, they're the Seahawks right now. And then finally, Week 18, that'll be January 5th at Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field, probably be a very, very huge game to decide playoffs or not. I'm taking the Bears for a loss for that one. I can't see them beating the Packers at Lambeau yet. I just can't see. I can see them in Soldier Field. We're going to own it. Caleb Williams, I got you. But not up at Lambeau Field. I picked the Bears as 10-7 this year.
And just to recap those wins, you've got the Bears over the Titans.
Yes.
You've got the Bears over the Colts, the Bears over the Rams, the Bears over the Commanders in Week 8,
Yep.
the Bears over the Cardinals, Bears over the Patriots, Bears over the Packers, Bears over the Vikings. That's a big win streak right there in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I got it.
And then Bears over the Vikings again in Week 15, and final win of the season, Week 17, Bears over the Seahawks, 10-7. That'd be very impressive. That'd be Caleb Williams winning Rookie of the Year.
I see it. I didn't believe in the guy until I saw him get drafted, and he's making the claw sign everywhere. He's been going to Wrigley Field. He has embraced Chicago almost better than any new player I can think of recently. Long time, not even recently.
No, I mean, Justin Fields didn't do this. Mitch Trubisky didn't do this.
No, I mean, Connor Bedard's doing a great job at the Blackhawks of embracing the city, but not to the point of Caleb Williams. So, Alonzo Ball? Nope. So there it is. The Bears will be 10-7 in 2024.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. 312-591-8300. Calling right now to compete in trivia in class with Kenzie for some Fontaines DC concert tickets. And if you lose, you even get to go to the new Mad Max movie, which I've been reading more about this and seeing some trailer footage. They're saying it may be the greatest movie on screen visually and also audio-wise, the sound in decades, maybe of all time, the way this movie was produced and filmed. It's incredible. You'll get to see that. Now, Kenzie's out sick, so you get to compete against me. I have a pretty good track record in trivia. I believe I'm something like 5-2. And one of them was a Star Wars only trivia, which I consider myself a diehard Star Wars guy, but boy, did I come across a monster in that loss. So 312-591-8300. You get to compete against the big guy right now for free concert tickets.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Well, our girl Kenzie is out sick today, so I'm going to take over for trivia whenever this happens. I think I have a 5-2 record. Lost to that Star Wars guy in the Star Wars trivia, and I am a huge Star Wars guy. But that guy was incredible.
But he was different.
He was built different, for sure. Might have been a droid.
Wired differently, absolutely.
He was the droid we were looking for. But let's see. We'll go today for the Fontaines DC concert tickets. And if you lose, you still get to go see the Mad Max movie coming out. So we have Sabrina checking in from Chicago. Sabrina, ahoy, tell us something about yourself.
Hi, Brian. Something exciting about me is that, or just fun, I'm going to my third Bonnaroo this next month.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, did you go back in the day, or was it like 3 in a row more recently, or the first Bonnaroos?
No, I went to the 3 most recent. Like in 2021, it got taken out by Hurricane Ida, I think it was,
Yeah.
and then ever since 2022, I've been going.
So do you camp?
Yes, I came for the whole week. Me and 5 other friends of ours. Mine, we all go together, and actually I want to say you guys helped my friend win tickets last year.
Well, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You guys share a tent?
I fortunately do not have to share a tent because I'm the one single person in the group, and everybody else is in a couple.
Well, maybe things get a little wild out there in Bonnaroo.
I mean, I wouldn't judge them if they did.
All right, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If I get one wrong, you can steal it, and I can do the same to you. Call heads or tails right now. Heads or tails?
Heads.
It's tails. Now, does that seem weird because I flipped a coin and I called it, but Case is looking at it.
It was tails. I wish Brian just would have let you go first.
You know what?
He didn't do that.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about myself here today doing trivia. I haven't done it in a while. Sabrina, you go first. I defer.
Wow.
I defer the coin toss, which is really bad in football when that happens. You're supposed to make a choice. But anyway, here we go.
Sabrina, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. In the song America the Beautiful, what are their amber waves of?
Fire?
The amber waves of fire.
There's not fire.
So listen, I can sing some things, but I can't sing that. But I will say the amber waves of grain.
Grain.
That's right. Grain.
That's right. Brian's on the board.
But grain does burn.
Good to know.
For future reference.
Brian, the Panthers, Hornets, and Hurricanes are all professional sports teams in what state?
Well, we're looking at North Carolina.
We are looking at North Carolina. Brian's up 2-0.
I already picked a Bears victory over that team, the Carolina Panthers, which will be easy. Very easy.
A rec league team could beat the Carolina Panthers this year. It's back to Sabrina. She's down 2-0. Sabrina, another sports question for you. What WNBA team does Caitlin Clark play for?
Indiana.
Indiana's correct.
So we don't need the fever on that one?
No, we just need Indiana.
No, that's how we're doing it now?
Everybody is learning WNBA team names this year.
That's facts.
The fact that we could get the city is good enough for me.
All right, I only followed Caitlin Clark all the way through her career, and I bought an Indiana Fever jersey already just to support.
You bought an Indiana Fever jersey?
For Harper.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's clarify.
She's going to get an
time.
Angel Reese jersey, too, for our Chicago Sky, who I saw do her debut last night, which was incredible for the Chicago Sky.
She looked good.
Can't wait for that game coming up. If someone wants to help me out, go fund me with the tickets for that one, it'd be great.
All right, 2-1 back to Brian. Brian, what company sponsors the Wienermobile?
The Wienermobile? Mm-hmm. I was looking in the direction of Boys Town, but we'll move ahead and say Oscar Mayer.
That's correct.
There we go. Oscar Mayer wieners.
That's right.
They're delicious.
3-1 is back to Sabrina. In which U.S. state was President Bill Clinton born?
Sabrina, you still there?
Oklahoma?
Not Oklahoma.
So, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, the Lewinsky woman, which means he did. That would be Arkansas.
That would be Arkansas.
All right.
Bad news for Sabrina. Brian's up 4-1. It's back to Brian. You can crush her hopes and dreams, send her crying on the way to Bonnaroo.
Oh, boy.
With the correct answer. Brian, fill in the blank from Seinfeld.
Okay.
The blank store called and they're running out of you.
Oh, yeah? Well, the jerk store called and they're running out of you. Sabrina, I'm sorry you caught me on a good day. 5-0.
Hey, no problem. I enjoyed playing with you.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. Do you want to go see an amazing movie that's supposed to be cinematically one of the greatest movies of all time?
Yes, sir.
How about a Mad Max saga? We're sending you to go see it. This is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, the return of the Mad Max universe. And it is literally supposed to be one of the coolest movies ever to see in a theater, as the reboot of that franchise has been incredible. So we'll send you there, okay?
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Enjoy Bonnaroo. Hang on. And when we come back, we're going to play Noah Khan. We'll get people on the phones and a chance to win tickets for Fontaine's DC at the Salt Shed. Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We are 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and that is Billie Eilish tickets for you. Huge at the Madhouse. And again, I always go back to, if you haven't done it, when you follow all of us on our socials, our YouTube channel, if you are not following that, you are missing out. Billie Eilish performed in our lounge, like right over here is the lounge, 6 years ago, and she was just starting to be something then. Just starting. Performed incredible in our lounge. And now, not even just this point of playing United Center, because she's already done that, but to be at a point now to see someone grow, an artist grow, right here from Q101, from that to selling out, 20-some thousand seats, and multiple times. It's so cool.
That Q101 YouTube channel, just real quick, it has almost a decade's worth of lounges on there. So Billie Eilish, The Offspring, The Black Keys, some of the biggest artists in the world have played in that room. You've got my interview series with upcoming artists, The Case 4.
Oh, nice plug.
Lauren just did a great interview with Paige Hamilton from the band Helmet, talking about Steve Albini.
My God.
And his legacy. There's so much good stuff. It's Q101 Chicago. That's our YouTube channel. Uploads almost every day. That is a great channel to subscribe to.
Also, subscribing to our podcast so you don't miss anything. And I hope you don't, know or you're caught up on the story of Tiffany Henyard and Dalton, Illinois. We were the first to talk about it as a radio station. Now, we want to give major props to our guy, Ben Bradley at WGN-TV, because he came to us. We have him on the air. It's been a minute. We got to get him on to talk about this.
Yeah, I feel like we're just waiting for the appropriate time to bring him back, because there's so many small updates. We don't want to waste a Ben Bradley appearance on something minor, but it feels like the Tiffany Henyard empire is once again starting to crumble.
Yeah, Ben's busy. He's got things to do.
That's right.
Heading to the beach,
He's a big fisher.
Oh, yeah, he likes fishing.
Yeah, he's a big fisherman.
I'm glad people still fish.
I know, it makes me feel good, right?
Makes me feel like society is still in balance.
None of these tablets, these iPhones, no, just you and a boat on the water.
Well, I'll probably take the tablet on the boat. But, okay, so here we go. Here's a report that explains what's happening now, and this could be the final domino of Tiffany Henyard and her, basically the accused corruption, her taking trips, taxpayer money. She makes $300,000 a year when the average salary in Dalton is $29,000 a year, not properly representing the poor, hardworking people of Dalton. And this is the latest on that saga.
More confusion and administrative chaos in Dalton, where federal investigators are digging into village finances. Tonight, the feud between village trustees and embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard widened. Henyard was not present at tonight's special village board meeting. In her absence, a majority of Dalton's trustees named Jason House the mayor pro tem, so he can do things like sign contracts and pay bills. They also say Henyard continues to ignore important village business, and taking this action was necessary to make sure Dalton still functions and residents can receive services.
Now, I didn't know what that meant until she explained it there perfectly, the ABC 7 report, mayor pro tem. So this Jason House, which I love his name.
Why do you love his name?
I think you walked in, well, like, all right, in case you don't know me, I'm Jason in the house.
Yeah, I'm sure he did that.
I would do that if my name was Jason House.
I thought he was going to be cold and like a killer like Dr. House from the show House.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
But no, you just want him to be bombastic.
In the house. I'm just saying what I would do if my name was Jason House.
Okay, good to know.
So basically, he took over, and he can do pretty much everything a mayor can do in these while the investigation goes on. And apparently, she's missing meetings. Every video I've ever seen of Tiffany Henyard is her in a meeting yelling at people, saying or locking the door so someone can't get in a meeting. How the hell is she not in a meeting?
According to WGN, Henyard has missed 25 special meetings and has refused to put certain businesses on the town's agendas, you know, businesses that need things done in that town. She's missed 25 meetings, which, again, to your point, what's she doing? All I know of her is being at meetings.
Right. So let's continue the story here. I just thought she was a meeting girl. That's what I thought. She loves meetings because that's a power trip there when you're in a meeting and the leader of it.
And you got the crowd in the palm of your hands.
Oh, God. Here we go.
We're not trying to circumvent, and we can't circumvent what the Constitution says. However, we've seen in many cases where the mayor...
Hold on, does Dalton have a separate constitution than the American Constitution?
I'm so glad you said that.
I don't know what's
Do you know how bad things have to be in Dalton for them to reference the Constitution?
Yeah. You're talking about a city of, 17,000 people. And also, if they do have a separate constitution, then I want to make my own constitution for where I live on the north side of North Center.
Oh, sovereign citizen? Is that your new game plan? That's how you're going to avoid Chicago taxes?
I want to secede from the city of Chicago, even though I'm in the middle of Cook County on the north side by Wrigley Field. I want to secede and have, Brian's country.
I can't wait for the U.S. Army to just make your life a living hell. I can't wait for the troops to storm your neighborhood.
We did discover that the U.S. military has only 5,000 tanks. I was hoping a number would be like 1 million, but you would see a couple of those in front of my 3-flat that I'm renting, by the way, coming to knock on the door and take me out if I tried to secede from Cook County.
Look, Peter did this in Family Guy. This is a whole episode of Family Guy where he secedes from the United States.
Is that right?
And he creates the country of Pretoria, and tanks show up at his front door.
All right, we'll get to that audio shortly as we finish Jason House here and the situation in Dalton with Mayor Tiffany Henyard, a guy named Jason House in the house coming in to cover for her.
See services.
We're not trying to circumvent, and we can't circumvent what the Constitution says. However, we've seen in many cases where the mayor's just not doing her job, and we want to make sure that we have a backup plan so that we're not reacting. We're trying to be a little bit more proactive.
Good.
Mayor Henyard is widely expected to veto the action taken at tonight's meeting, as she's done previously.
Wait a minute. She can veto the action that replaces her for missing meetings in a meeting.
Yeah.
Are we living in banana land?
Dude, she has it made. She has won the game.
What's going on? We're living in banana land. How has she not been taken out yet? Good Lord. I want to hear that statement again to make sure I heard it right.
We're trying to be a little bit more proactive.
Okay.
Mayor Henyard is widely expected to veto the action taken at tonight's meeting, as she's done previously. We have reached out to Henyard for comment, but have not heard back.
Wow. That's impressive.
It's a foolproof system. Well, she's just unstoppable.
Well, it's circular. So this is going to go on for 5 more years while the people in Dalton continue to suffer, and they can't figure out how much money is really, it's all alleged. But, she went to Vegas, didn't go to Vegas, went to Vegas, went to, New York City and Times Square, stayed at outrageous hotels.
4 seasons.
That's been proven already. But has there been any using of taxpayer money? That hasn't exactly been proven, I guess, yet. The FBI is investigating. But now she can keep, vetoing something that would help get to the solution, and she's the problem.
I'm all for democracy, but this keeps on happening with her. I don't understand. Like, we talked about a month ago about how Lori Lightfoot, the former Chicago mayor, was appointed to spearhead a special investigation committee against Henyard. Yeah. Well, Henyard vetoed that. It's like we keep on asking her permission to do things that would hurt her, and she's smart enough to go, well, no, I'm not going to allow that.
Yeah.
Don't take a look at my financial records.
You're coming after me, and I'm going to say, I'm going to stop you from doing that through this meeting and say, stop coming after me. This is wild. This is why, however, she won our piece of garbage madness, beating out 64 others in the last year. You voted on it, and she won, and it was a great moment for Q101 and, of course, Brian and Kenzie. And the city of Dalton.
This is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing.
Still don't have a comment.
Sir, you're a trustee.
Well, once again, I don't have a comment.
Only judge when you got both sides of the story, not one-sided narratives, which is negative narratives in the media. All the trustees walked out because they couldn't have their way, and that's not how government works.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
Well, we'll keep you updated as always here. Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.